Everybody wants to study in Germany because education in Germany is free. But is it really? Well, let's find out. Hello, this is Jain Gumindish from Travco Education, and today we are going to talk about studying your bachelor's or master's for higher studies in Germany. Well, stick around to get an entire detail on the process, structure, the real cost it would take you to study in Germany in 2026. Well, why does Germany come up in conversations? It's mainly because of two important things. One is high quality education, and secondly and most importantly is completely free education. Well, Germany should be a priority if you're looking for these 5 courses, mainly engineering, computer science, healthcare, specifically the nursing field. Fourth, business management, and last but not least, data science. Now, in terms of fees, there are 2 major types of universities. One is private universities, and the other one, which more than 90-95% of students are aiming for, that is public universities, because of its completely 100% free education. Private institutions in Germany are to be paid for, and public universities are 100% free. Now, in terms of your actual cost, your education or your university fees aren't the only cost that you will have when you're studying abroad. It often also includes your living expense, rent, transportation, food, your other co-curricular activities, and that is the game changer when it comes to Germany that not a lot of people talk about, which I would like to address here today. So, who is Germany for? It's for 2 kinds of students, that is students who have just finished their 12th standard who are looking to go ahead for a bachelor's degree, or students who have completed their graduation and are looking to go for a master's degree. Now, what is the major requirement for both these students? One thing to keep in mind is, since it is free education, thousands of students from all over the world are applying. So just having good marks won't help you make the cut. You will need much more than that, such as a good SOP or a good resume which shows significant work in the industry that you're looking to apply for. However, having a good score of over 80% in your 12th boards is always beneficial when you're applying to German universities, because everything is based on your entire profile put together. So just having good marks is not enough. You need to have an overall well-rounded portfolio to be able to even be eligible if you're thinking of Germany. This is a general requirement. But now, talking about important requirement, the German education system to accept you requires not 12 years of education, but requires a total of 13 years of education before you apply for your bachelor's degree. Now, in India, we have only a 12-year program that is up to your 12th standard, 10 years of school plus 2 years of your PUC or your college. In this case, what is to be done? There is something known as this complicated German word right here, but let's just call it student college for now. Well, what is student college? It's more like a foundation program or a bridge program for you from your 12th standard up to your first years of your bachelor's program. Now, student college is important if you have a 12-year education before applying for your bachelor's. So make sure to understand the requirements if you are okay to giving 1 more year before starting your bachelor's degree, taking the student college, which will then make you eligible to start your bachelor's program in Germany. The bachelor's degree usually lasts for 3 to 4 years depending on if you're taking a student college or not. If you are, 4 years, if not 3 years. So that's how the bachelor's process more or less work. The duration of a master's program in Germany is 2 years long. Now, what is the eligibility for you to study your master's? It is usually a 4 years bachelor's. Now, there are many programs in Germany that are in German language, a mix of German and English, as well as quite a lot of programs that have in English language, which most of you all are looking for. A lot of students are not aware, and then when they apply, they usually fail because they don't meet the German requirement or are not even aware German is a part and parcel of their program. Most of our Indian students are not looking for German education. They are mostly looking for an English taught program in Germany. So always check the university website to make sure your program is in English. A very important question: how do I find programs? Where do I apply? Now, this is the problem of most students, and that is where we come in. Either you can visit us and make sure to take our help to apply, or what the smart students do are go online, as all information is available online on the official German website, which link I will put down in the bio. So each and every university and program that is available in Germany is there on their official DAAD website, that is daad.com. Now, once you go on this website, you need to use the filters based on what it is that you're looking for, and you will get all the courses possible or that are available in Germany. Make sure to do this homework before visiting any consultant or agent, and if it is difficult for you, then we are always here to help. Now, once you do that, you need to gather all your documents in order to apply to the university shortlisted. So these are the list of documents that you need to put together in order to apply. Now, when is the application window? If you're looking for the winter intake, the application window starts in the month of May and ends in the month of July. Now, talking about the summer intake, applications open in the start of December, close by the end of January, and your college begins somewhere in the month of March and April. You need to mandatorily put all the documents that you have together at least 6 to 8 months in advance of your college start date, so you have sufficient time to do the processes that will follow. Now, once you have all the documents mentioned in the list, you need to do step number 1, that is apply for APS. Now, what is APS? It is the German Document Verification System / portal. APS is basically a certificate that you will get. This certificate says that all your documents are authentic, right from your education up onto your personal documents. Now, why was this started? It was started because a lot of fake applications used to go to Germany. But then Germany thought that we have to create our own verification portal and hence created the APS document. Even though this may not be required during your university application, it will be required during your visa process. So make sure the first thing, once you get your semester mark sheets, degree certificate, LORs, all of these things, as well as your passport, you apply for your APS. The cost of APS is exactly 18,000 rupees. Now, APS takes anywhere from 3 weeks up to even 8 weeks to come. So make sure to start this process early to avoid any further delays in your process. Once you are done with APS, that is your first step complete. Now, next step is your university application. Now, when do you start your university application? Well, you try to apply within the first 1 or 2 weeks of your application opening window. So what do you require for university application? Every university has a separate list of documents that you will have to submit. Based on the university's requirements, we put your portfolio together, including the documents we mentioned before, as well as any additional documents that the university may need, like certificates, accolades that you've accumulated over the years, or anything additional that they ask. Putting them all together, your resume, your SOP, motivation letter, your letter of recommendations. Once your entire portfolio is nicely packaged, we then go ahead and make your university application. Now, in terms of master's degrees, the minimum CGPA required to have a good chance of getting into university is anywhere from 8 to 8.5 CGPA. Anything lower than that, then you will have to make up for it with your accolades, certificates, additional work experience that you have, which is always appreciated by the German Education Council. So all of these things would have to compensate for the lower CGPA. But having a CGPA of 8 to 8.5 is something that the German Education Council is looking for. So in this case, does it mean that if your marks are slightly lesser, you should give up on Germany? Well, no. So we here at Travco have also applied for students with a 6.5 or 7 CGPA because we understand where are the universities that can accept students with a slightly lesser score, but there is a risk since you're applying for the first time that you could make errors in your documents, or you could work with trusted partners like us at Travco to make sure your documentation is done smoothly. So regardless of your CGPA being a 8 or 8.5 or even a 7, you have the best chance of getting into whichever college it is that you want to study at. So the admission percentage for Indian students is only 30%. Meaning 70% of students don't go through, and that is mainly not because of less marks or because of a bad portfolio. It is always because of an error in documentation or not having your documents ready in time. The main reason of rejection is either a missing document or the way the case is presented. That is where we come in, and that is where our expertise lies. To make sure small silly errors don't happen and we make the best possible application, giving you the best chance to study your master's degree in Germany. A lot of students come to me and say, sir, this is the university I want to go in, this is where I would like to study. This you can do if you're looking into private sector where your admission is guaranteed. But when it comes to the public sector, nobody can guarantee your admission. So always make sure not to make just one application, but at least 5 to 10 university applications to make sure you have the best chance of getting in. So first thing, if you're looking for Germany, is you really require to know what is the course you want to go for. If you have the course in mind, then using the DAD portal, you can then shortlist 5 to 10 universities that are providing that course. Once you have those universities in mind, then you check the eligibility of those universities and start putting the documents together based on whatever is the requirement in those 5 to 10 universities. You then apply for your APS. Now, once you get your APS certificate, you then go ahead for your university application along with your APS and other documents listed on the screen. Once you apply for university, the university takes anywhere from 1 to 2 months to reply, and either you will receive an acceptance or a rejection. You then go ahead for the most important step, that is your visa process. Now, what is the visa process? Let's find out. Now, just because you got accepted into German university, does that mean you're guaranteed going to Germany? Well, no. There is one last step for you to complete, and that is your visa process. Previously, the German visa application used to be very easy. You make the application online, go for your in-person application. Once that is done, submit your documents, pay the price, wait for your visa, collect it within a few weeks and go. Well, is it that simple now? Absolutely not. Well, now Germany has introduced a specific portal for student visa process as well as document verification known as the CSP portal. Now, what is CSP portal? It is basically an individual portal only for German student visas, wherein which you will have to upload all the requested documents, your acceptance letter, your APS, your blocked account, your education documents, your passport, and all of the details requested in the CSP portal. Once that is done, it may take an additional week or two for you to only get your appointment. Now, this is the important part. Before, you used to get appointments very quickly. Now, the appointment itself takes a month. Hence, starting early is very important. Once you get your appointment on the CSP portal, you then have to travel to your nearest German VFS and apply for the German visa in person. Once that is done, the German visa takes anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks to come. And once you receive your German visa, that's it. You are now ready to fly, leaving just a few things for you to put in place. What are those? Number one is your accommodation. So make sure to find a good accommodation. Consult people like Travco who can help you find where you should live close to the university. Number two is your flight tickets. Now, a lot of students get their visa very late, hence end up booking flights very late. So make sure, again, everything starts with applying early so you have adequate time to book your flights so you get better rates for flight as well. And last but not least is your insurance. Now, health insurance is mandatory. So even though your education is free in Germany, the living cost is slightly higher compared to other European countries. Now, what is the living cost? It ranges from 800 euro to 1000 euros per month, which comes to a total of anywhere around 11 lakhs to 12 lakhs per year, where we will discuss about blocked account and what is the actual expense you will have to lock in Germany if you're looking to study there. What is a blocked account? And this is the main differentiator between the facts and myths about Germany. So when we talk about German education, yes, it is free of cost. But for living expense, transportation, food, personal expenses, you require not just to have a little funds, but you require to show funds for the entire year in the start itself, for which you require to create something known as a blocked account. The blocked account basically means you being in India, before applying for your visa itself, have to have a blocked account certificate, which shows that you have equivalent of around 11 to 12 lakhs in your German account. Germany basically says that the average amount required for your monthly expenses is 992 euros for 12 months of being in Germany, deposited in your German bank account 2 to 3 months before you travel to Germany. Why is it called a blocked account? Because once you go there, you can't use all that money. So every month you can withdraw 992 euros from that account and spend it for your everyday use, that is including your rent, your transportation, food, and your co-curricular activities as well. Your blocked account is more like your savers account, and your current account is more like what you spend from. So every month the bank itself will transfer 992 euros from your savings to your current account for you to spend for your monthly use. Now, is this an optional thing? No. It is mandatory every year of education. So in Germany, the master's degree, since it is for 2 years, meaning you need a blocked account for both years. What does that mean? You need an amount of around 10 to 12 lakhs for year 1 and 10 to 12 lakhs for year 2, which amounts to a total of around 20 to 25 lakhs for only your living expenses in Germany. Is studying in Germany completely free? Well, technically, yes, but if you look at the all-round picture, it's not free of cost. It comes with an additional cost for your living expense. Well, with Travco, everything is done for you through our providers of blocked account. So as long as you have those funds put in place on day one, leave the rest to Travco, where we will help you make your bank account so that you can get your blocked account certificate to help you apply for your fees. A lot of people ask, is German language mandatory to master before going to Germany? Well, yes and no. One thing to keep in mind, if you're going to any European country, knowing the language is very important to make your way around normal things such as knowing where to shop, knowing where to go, who to talk to, who not to, who to be friends with. Keeping in mind your course is in English, you will have an IELTS requirement. However, getting a basic understanding of B2 level German is always beneficial. How long is PSW in German and what is PSW? PSW is post-study work visa, which means that you don't just have to leave Germany once your course is done and come back to India. However, you get an additional 18 months stay back period to find a sponsored job that would allow you to continue your stay in Germany or find sponsored job in any other country in Europe, rather than having to return back to your home country right after finishing your degree. These are few things where Germany excels and benefits that you get by choosing Germany as an option for you. So get in touch or call Travco if you're looking to get a guaranteed admission in Germany for your bachelor's or master's in 2026. Make sure to do it early, make sure to do it right, make sure to do it with Travco. All the best and I'll see you abroad.